Hi, I'm Captain Martina Verano, and welcome aboard the Álvaro de Bazán. And now, here's Ripper.
Steel rains down from Alvaro's flame. Close the gap, he's not one to tame. Burst fire with Spanish pride. Run while you can, no place to hide.
Hey team, this is Ripper. You guys are doing fantastic today. Got a fun video with the Álvaro de Bazán. Yes, someone actually told me to try this thing out again, and I have to say I was wrong. This thing is actually a very, very powerful destroyer. Surprising that not many people play it, and we'll take a look at it and see why it is good and, in my personal opinion, and how this thing plays. I had trouble figuring out how to play it, but after watching a few videos and just listening to people comment on it and actually realizing that this thing is a very, very powerful destroyer, I actually tried different techniques and tactics, and it's actually been really, really good, and I've been really enjoying it. But as always, before we get in, like, subscribe, button below. Appreciate all the supporters of the channel. You see value what we're doing here today. Thanks for stopping by. Let us know by smashing those buttons down below. Leave a comment, and thanks for spending your time with us right now. So let's get right back to the show. The Álvaro de Bazán, what is it? It is basically the Spanish Tier 10 destroyer line that has the burst fire gimmick, and that's pretty much sums it up right there. Now, it has kind of similar concept and capabilities like the Regalo on the I forgot that line. I think the Italian line that does the sap destroyer kind of mentality. It's got a lot of this burst fire gimmick, which is a lot of tech tree lines are starting to add now, which is really good. I've actually been using the burst fire a lot more, and I just could not figure out how to use it because the reload was so long. And here's the reason why: it's 17 seconds. It's kind of, I would say, like the Johnston gimmick, but the Johnston has a way faster reload for the burst fire. So you get it, reload back in maybe like several seconds, right? This one you got to wait about 18. Not bad. So the tactic I've been doing is really just getting all the shots in. And the thing about the burst fire, though, it gives you dispersion a minus 10%. So you can see right here, this dispersion goes down on this current build that I have at 99 meters. This is for just close range. And there's a long range build, and I'll include that at the end of the video. But I noticed the 99 meter dispersion range is really, really dang good. So I kind of sat back and thought and did the research and go, well, I wonder would I get a benefit out of just firing as many shells as I can into one little spot, very good dispersion accuracy, and getting all that damage in right off the bat. And it seems like I get really a lot more damage just by doing the burst fire. There's 4 double barrel guns on this thing, which are 135 millimeters. So if I can plow 135 millimeter shells all in one spot and get all of that damage in, that actually pays off in the long run. So watch this. I'll fire on an organ right here, aim right at the superstructure. Look at the accuracy of these shells. Look at that. They all land in a certain area, and they start a lot of fires. Look at that. I get a lot of fire. You notice the fire chance on this thing is about 10%. Let's see here, 10% or 9%. Actually, if you put the flags on it, you get up to 10%. So a 10% fire chance, double barrel burst fire, is pretty wild and incredible, and you can get a lot of damage going in. And I've noticed it's very, very powerful. Now, you're not getting the kind of damage DPM output, say, something as like a Marceau, a Sherman. I haven't gotten into the 100,000 damage range with this thing, but what I see I'm doing in the Bazán is I'm getting the kills in. I'm getting the damage and executing those kills to get that victory and removing a player off the map. And that's kind of, I think, that how this is how this destroyer plays. You're not going out there open water gunboating as much. You can. I'm not saying you can't, but I really find that I'm more powerful and destructive if I'm just doing these kind of hit and run tactics. Like here, see all those shells right there. Look at all those shells laying right in the superstructure. I'm getting all that damage right there. That was about 6,000 damage. So I'm kind of like a miniature cruiser, if you want to think of it that way. Wow, look at that. Airplanes killing us. No AA. Well, it has AA's continuous damage A, but no flak burst, so that's the downside. So there's another shot right there. The armor is incredible. I mean, you start with 6. There's another fire. You start about 26,000 health points, and you can, if you want to build for survivability, you can get up to 30,000. So I elected not to use that point. I think 2795 right here with the flag is good enough for me. I think that's enough, and I'd rather use that point on something else maybe. But look at that, 16-second reload now. So I think that you get more bang for your buck if you just burst fire and wait the 16 seconds, because then you would have gotten about the same amount of damage anyways, because you get bad dispersion on the other end of the fire mode if you fire standard shells. Look, I'm getting I'm getting tons of fire damage and a lot of like just natural pins on the superstructure. And there you go. See, Thunder goes down. I'm getting a lot more output than I would just trying to fire the guns every 4.5 seconds-ish. The basic fire is about 4.6 seconds, something like that. I find that I get a lot more effectiveness just by shooting these burst fire rounds and getting a lot of fire. Look, I'm getting kind of the same amount of damage output, and they're more accurate. So I kind of find that it's a lot better that way. The AP is also powerful, 135mm guns, kind of like Kleber-style guns. And of course, I get the torpedoes, which are incredible. 71-second reload, 13.5-second range, and 56 knots. So again, kind of those slow-rolling sea mines that go out there. But man, do they sneak up on a lot of people, and I get a lot of torpedo hits for free. And the reload is great. The fact that they're reloading in 70 seconds and then shooting out the 13.5, they're just sea mines you're putting out. They're more firepower output. Outside of that, it's really just a standard destroyer with just smoke and engine boost. And the engine boost lasts pretty dang long as well. So how do I play this thing? I kind of play this thing very conservative. You're kind of just picking and choosing your shots. It's kind of like that guerrilla warfare where you're kind of just figuring out, okay, how can I cap this area? And then once I cap it, all right, what can I do to support a cruiser, a battleship? And if I do engage a destroyer, I have the smoke and engine boost to get away. But not after I literally burst fire the crap out of somebody and just literally melt so much damage off of a destroyer. It's almost when I've gone up against an Álvaro de Bazán, I mean, I really just go, wow, that was a lot of damage that he just took off of me. And yeah, so what? He's reloading in 17 seconds. But then when he comes back on reload, dude, he's sending literally 3 volleys of those 8-barrel guns, and they're accurate. It's the accuracy that really counts, because a lot of times you see the destroyers when they fire, they're missing a lot of their shots. But look at this. I'm just plowing. Oh my gosh, look at that. I got about 7,000 damage right there on the side of Goliath with the AP on this thing. It's pretty dang wild. Let's see here. The speed is incredible. You're getting up to, with flags, 42 knots, engine boost, but 45 knots, so it's very, very quick. Oh, almost got to see those torpedoes, man. Had they just reached a little bit more, I would have gotten them. The torpedoes really go out there and reach a lot of people there. So let's see if we can speed this up and get out. Okay, we'll try to speed up and just show you. Well, you watching the video in the background and see how you would play this thing, but honestly, I played it, like I said, a hit-and-run tactic, easy kind of, nonchalant, launch torpedoes if you need to. The burst fires there if you want to just plow somebody right into the oblivion. And let's see how we did there. Yeah, top of 3 of the team just by doing basic destroyer things. It's not sexy, but it gets the job done. And you can put a lot of firepower into, like a destroyer that's just unsuspecting, especially when they want to smoke up. You don't want to wait for that reload. You just want to burst fire everything right into the guy while you're locked on and accurate, and that gets you a lot of damage down. Let's take a look at another video. Okay, so here's another game. This time in randoms again, of course. So just trying it out to see how it actually plays out in randoms, and maybe later on we'll check out ranked and then Unbreakable Line. I heard some people say they take this into competitive, so I'm kind of curious. What do you guys think? Is this a competitive kind of destroyer? I haven't really ever seen it in competitive. I'm surprised someone actually didn't mention that they use this, but I mean, it's got survivability. It's got a lot of health points. It's got a burst fire gimmick. It's got smoke, basic smoke that you could use, and engine boost. So concealment is average. It's 6.2. I'd rather have a 6.0 concealment, but we'll take what we get. Personally, I think this is more kind of like an artillery support destroyer, and maybe with the burst fire gimmick, it's there to maybe distract and deter destroyers. But outside of that, I mean, the torpedoes are slow. They've got great range. They're like sea mines. I mean, this, to me, it feels like it's kind of a mid-range, like maybe a utility all-around kind of destroyer. I would say in my last video I did, what's an all-around destroyer? Yeah, I could see that. It's like all-around kind of destroyer, but more of that focused on the artillery, kind of long-range, medium artillery support range with the burst fire gimmick. So, I mean, that's kind of like how I've been playing it, really, and I'll go in and cap when I need to, but really I'm just there to kind of deter destroyers and support my other ships, and that's pretty much it. There's no other gimmicks outside. It's just a basic destroyer with the burst fire gimmick. And I see that's like what a lot of destroyers have lately, like the kind of like the super ships that got the burst fire gimmicks that are kind of, they got it there, and they got the smoke and engine boost, and that's it. They're just there to support. I mean, that's as easy as I can think of. Now watch this. Like, this is kind of how I use it right here. I just do the burst fire gimmick, just fire and forget, and let's see if we can start a fire on this thing. Cleveland, yep, we got a fire. I mean, you get a lot of fires. Look how much damage we did there. We had 4,500 damage. With the great dispersion accuracy, it feels very, very comfortable to aim. I'm not afraid to take this shot and fire, and I got the engine boost to get me out of bad situations. Notice people are missing shots at me, so it's very quick. Very nimble. Look at that. Long-range shots, and I'm hitting him at 11.5 right there. Awesome right there. A great amount of damage. So far, we did 8,100 damage on a Cleveland. Not bad. And look, all his shots are missing. So very, very good, very maneuverable, accurate, very great survivability. We've got the Schroeder here. Even just the back 2 turrets I'm firing here with the burst fire is great. So you think that, just because you have the back 2 turrets, no, you can't do much. No, with the burst fire gimmick, it gives you that kind of feeling like, oh, I got actually more guns than I really do have. And then the front guns come online, and we're firing another burst fire here. Just 2 sets of guns burst firing. 4 times 3 is 12 shells in the air right there. And look, we start another fire. Oh, and look, the back turrets are back online. And this Schroeder is just taking the pain. I mean, I'm telling you, these shells hurt a lot. Like 135 millimeter, not bad. And I believe he goes down. Yep, he melts down. And that's pretty much it. That's kind of how you play the Álvaro de Bazán with the engine boost and everything. Great survivability, juking shells. And you got the smoke if you need it, if you want to just kind of go undetected real quick. And now we're just turning back. Again, very kind of, not the most renewable. This ship is very, very large. It has to be with the amount of HP that it has. It doesn't seem very nimble, not like a Daring or Gearing or whatnot. It's really a big hunking ship here. It's like almost like a light cruiser in a sense. There's another fire sheet on John Bart here. Again, we've already capped. Now we're just supporting the alpha cap and kind of firing on ships as we see them come online, and we just want to start a lot of fires, and that's pretty much it. It just kind of like burst fire, start a fire, and then, kind of slow down, go undetected, smoke up. You can HE spam and smoke. I find it's not as fun because I'm the only one really spotting over here, so I don't want to do that too much, but I feel like you can shoot from range, and you feel very, very comfortable. I'm not afraid to take these shots right there. Look at that. Columbo firing at us as well. And again, these shots are very, very easy to aim, very accurate there. Look at that. We take a shot, and let's see. Did we get another fire going? No, but we take a little bit of damage on him. I think he's still on fire. Yeah, he is still on fire. Let's see if we can start another fire. So the reloads, I notice, aren't as bad as you would think. 17 seconds doesn't seem as bad right now. It's bearable because I feel like I'm putting a lot of shells down range in the short amount of time. So in 17 seconds, I'm putting a lot of fire right there, and it feels comfortable, and they're accurate too. That's why I like about it. So I think it's just a different, unique style of gameplay. Kind of feels like you're playing like a cruiser at destroyer levels. So you're like a light cruiser without a Citadel, if you want to think of it that way. Look at him on a fire right there. 135 millimeters right into his body structure right there. Look, 1,600 damage, 1,632, 30. That's a lot of damage right there. I mean, you're getting about 5,000 to 6,000 per salvo. So it just delivers the ordnance in a slightly different fashion that most people are not accustomed to. Rather than having those 2 to 3 second reloads, you're getting all that damage really routing every 17 seconds. So again, it feels comfortable for me. It's just a different, unique play style. You just got to be patient with it. The torpedoes, again, are great little sea mines right there, going out to 13.5, so they just randomly hit people, and they're really, really good. Submarine on our eastern flank, or western flank, we're not going to play with him. The AA, again, is just continuous damage, so really crappy AA. It's just there to kind of have a fireworks show. But let's see, who can we destroy right now? We got Colombo to the south running away. Our team at Charlie seems to be winning, so we can come back in here and push Alpha again. Again, we're the only destroyer over here, kind of like holding off an entire flank. Oh, another good point is the back turret, the third turret is. Number 3 turret is a 360 turret, so you can have all 3 guns facing forward in either direction while you're charging, so that's a good thing. The back turret is not. Number 4 right there is not a 360 turret, so you do have to make sure it comes online. But again, when I build for the, if you see the ship build or commander build, I do build for a turret traverse so that we do swing the turrets around pretty dang quickly. It is part of the recommended build. Okay, let's see. Who do we have in this? So we'll go in and cap again right here and see. Whoop, we're getting spotted by something. Not sure who's spotting me there. Probably the submarine, but I have no idea where he's at right now. So we're not going to engage the Colombo right up at. We'll just go ahead in the center cap and cap the center one right there for us. Just speeding it up and get it over. Okay, look at these torpedoes. Look, I just lead right in front of them. I know most battleship players like to accelerate forward, so I normally shoot right in front of the reticle and just let them, battleship drive right into them. And again, those torpedoes hit hard, man. They are very, very powerful. All right, let's see. We'll cap right here and see if this Colombo will actually go in. And we'll do the burst fire gimmick here just to get a fire going. Very, very accurate shots right there. Look at that. Everywhere I wanted them to go. Unfortunately, he turned right at the last minute. Ooh, do I get a hit here with it? Look at those sea mines right there. And boom, he goes down. There's the power of the torpedoes. Only 47,000 damage right there, so not bad. All right, we cap Bravo. Now we'll go for Alpha here. And now we're going to engage Yo Yang. Now, this is kind of like the tactic you really play against other destroyers. I really just wait to get spotted. I'll just drive right at them. I'm not afraid. I've got speed. I've got smoke. I got whatever I need to do to get out of dodge, and I just drive right at the destroyer and just blast everything I can right into him and get that quick damage salvo in and just end it right there. And just and either kind of drive or disengage, and that's pretty much the gimmick. That's all it really is. Oh my God, we got to chase down the Yo Yang.
Our team is taking the lead.
I think he's around this island cover here. Okay, so once we spot him here, this is pretty much the engagement. You're just going to get spotted first. He's going to outspot us, and then as soon as we get all the guns online, you just basically burst fire right into him and just watch how much damage goes off. So you determine if this is the kind of playstyle for you. So watch, he's at 21,000 HP, right? Now watch how much damage we can melt off of him. Okay, front guns firing first. There's some damage, there's some damage, there's some more damage, more damage, more damage. Look at that. He went all the way down to 7,500. And one more salvo, boom, he's dead. So I mean, I know we had a little help there, but imagine 21,000 down to 7,000. That is a lot of firepower. I'm telling you, this thing really, it's annoying. It's got a lot of firepower that you can bring to bear on somebody, and but that's the gimmick, really. I don't know how else to describe it and play it, but other than you're just kind of get that quick damage in and just blast them to oblivion and kind of hit and run tactic and just go smoke up and just egress the area, and that's it. And oh my God, I get a torpedo hit. See, like I said, those sea mines, they really get you, and that's how we do it. So that's how you play Álvaro de Bazán in randoms. That's kind of my thought. Let's say take a look at how we would do it in competitive and ranked. Yep, top 3 of the team right there. All right, let's check out a ranked game. All right, so this is a ranked battle here. Now, a little more competitive, so we'll take a look at how this actually plays out. We got a Kleber and Hayate on the other side, where you've got Yasma, Palmer, Thunder, and Libertad. So we're going up against a Kleber, which I'm always weary about. Kleber, fast, very, very powerful gunboat / maybe torpedo YOLO kind of play style. So I got to be very cautious there. I've got a Thunder to support me to cap Alpha here. So we're just going to cap Alpha, launch some, kind of free range torpedoes there, kind of free damage there. Charlie team is going to be kind of just engaged over there. We're going to just push Bravo here because why? Everybody's over at Charlie. We counted there's 5 ships over there. And oh my God, there's Alpha. That must be the Kleber. Kleber must have ran all the way around to Alpha to get him. So we'll just go ahead and take Bravo because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships are at Charlie, and then Kleber is at Alpha. So we know where all 6 ships are at. So I feel comfortable kind of going to Bravo, and I got a Thunderer to support me. So not afraid here. Wait a second, we're detected. Oh crap. Hayate actually ran all the way back over here to Bravo. Isn't that incredible? All right, so look, his guns are slow turning. Watch how much he has. 20,299. This burst fire right here. Look what we get off of him. Look at that. He's down to 12. So literally we melted almost half of his health just with the burst fire right there, and then we go undetected. See, this is the kind of tactic you do with the Álvaro de Bazán, because Bazán really can just hit and run, go undetected, pop smoke, and really just melt all of that damage off of him. And actually, I only did 7,200 damage, so I guess that wasn't half his health. But we had friendly help, so the Thunderer helped us out there, so my bad. So we took 7,200. That is a lot of damage. I mean, for a destroyer to lose a third of his health right there in one burst fire, that's great. So we only need, if you think about it, I only need 3 burst fires to kill somebody, so I'd rather have that. But again, it's a different play style, a bit more patient there, so you got to be wary and cautious about how you use that, and you got to aim correctly too, obviously, right? So we'll cap this, launch those sea mines into his smoke, and let's see. I'm just circling, waiting for his smoke to dissipate, and then once he appears, man, I'm going to blast the crap out of him. Unfortunately, he ran away. My gosh. Okay, so let's take a look. Who can I help right now? So we're analyzing the battlefield here. My Elbing is taking a beating here from the Vyazma, so let's see if we can hopefully kill this Vyazma. Well, I mean, AP is also powerful too, don't get me wrong, so don't put it off, but there it is. Nice shot from the Elbing. So we're going to help him out, put a little punch right into the superstructure right there. And look at that burst fire, taking out Vyazma right there. And that's exactly what you do with the burst fire. It's kind of like fire and forget, and boom, you just nail a lot of damage right off him. All right, we're going to help our Thunderer here against Kleber. Elbing's got Charlie. We've got Bravo. Thunderer's got Alpha. Let's see if we can help against the Kleber. See what kind of damage we can do off him. All right, so Thunderer seems to be doing great with his secondary, so surprisingly. Secondary build or something, but man, his secondaries are actually doing something against him. I'm surprised. All right, as he turns, he's going to turn. I know I can see he's turning into this spot where I'm going to aim at, so I'll let him drive right into my shells. Look at that. All that damage. Boom. Look at that. Very accurate guns. And, ooh, his secondaries get him. Man, secondaries. Way to go, Thunderer. All right, we got Alpha, Charlie, and Bravo here. We think we got this in the bag, but no. Elbing goes down to torpedoes. We got 3 caps. Unfortunately, we have to play this cautious, and let's see what we can do here to save the day. This game is still much possible. We could lose this game. I mean, I've seen games being thrown 5 versus 2, so you cannot give up. Okay, here we go. All right, we're gonna do the whole burst fire gimmick here. So watch the kind of how we aim here. Just aiming straight on at the nose and see how the shells land right onto his deck right there in the superstructure. Look at that. That's a lot of damage, okay, for 1 burst fire. That's incredible. And then we're trying to start a fire on this thing, but this guy might be fire prevention Thunderer, so let's see how it goes. Again, don't write off the AP as well. I think the 135mm APs are pretty darn decent. You just got to get the nice broadside shot. Unfortunately, we're just waiting. We're trying to start a fire right here. And he's got fire prevention. He's not getting this fire chance going here. Let's hear. So the 17 seconds, I know, is not as bad as I think it is. It's bearable. You just got to be really patient about it and just put your shots and aim. Let's come on. Can we get a fire going here? Not bad. Put some sea mines in there. Look at that. Look at the reload rate on this thing. 76-second reloads. And the first set of torpedoes are still gone. And we've already launched the next set right there. Let's see if we can get, before he goes behind the island here, let's see if we can get another shot on him. It's really easy to aim, I feel like. The dispersion and everything is really incredible. It makes it very enjoyable to fire. Oh, man, he took out the Thunderer. My gosh. The Thunderer's doing so well, too. Okay, we got to be careful here. We don't want to throw our ship away. We still got a lot of health, okay? I mean, I'm telling you, the Bazán survives a lot. With the amount of health you start with, it's pretty incredible. You don't have heals, though. That's the downside. But with starting with 27 to upwards of 30,000, if you want to play for it, is possible. All right, we're going to distract our Buffalo. So we're going to save our Buffalo by taking the shots now. We got more health, so let's see if we can start a fire here and get it going. There, no fires, but look at all that damage. My God. We slam on the brakes, and ouch, he still takes a hit on us. I mean, that one shot, one shell landing right on our nose just takes so much damage. We're going to have to pop smoke. Since he fired, he has a smoke firing penalty, so we'll use the smoke and get at least a couple shots off for free. Sea mines go. If he turns into us, he's going to hit a sea mine here. All right, he gets away for free there. All right, let's see if we can get outside the smoke and spot for a Buffalo so he can start firing. There's another shot. Okay, our Thunder fired, and he is not looking at us, so this is our time to shine, right? We're going to have to melt 18,000 damage off of him. Oh, dang, look at that. We took 7,000 right there. I'm telling you, every 17 seconds to take 7,000 health off of something is not bad. I enjoy that a lot. It's just a unique playstyle. This might be the deal killer right here. He's only got 5,000 health left out in the air, and full send. There it is. Splash 2, 55,000 damage, and that's how you play Bazán. All right, we're not afraid. We can go take this Hayate on. I'm not afraid to take him on. So where is he? I thought he's in the smoke. Oop, he got caught in the radar on the right flank here. Okay, let's see here. We're gonna plow a bunch of shells into him. Let's see how much health he has. He has 11,000 health. I gotta aim these things really well here. It only takes maybe 2 salvos to get. Oh my gosh, look at that. 14 pins right there, ladies and gents. That's 14 shells into him. We got him down to 5,000 health. Let's see this last shot right here. I don't know why I missed this shot. Did I hit an island? Ah, that's the downside. I think I'll go right in front of an island on this one. Now that I look back at it. See, oh man, all the shells went into the island. See, that would have killed him right there. But they hit the island right at the edge there. I don't know why I hit that thing perfectly. All right, I think this is the last one. We just got to wait 5 seconds to melt 4,000 off of him. Here we go. Here it is, full send. See, even though he goes undetected, my computer remembered where he was at, and boom, there it is. Takes him out the last shell shot. 8 pins. I'm telling you, the accuracy of these guns is incredible. So very, very easy, pleasurable to play with. Bazán, man, very powerful. I thank you, comments, for helping me out. I really had to take it back. This ship is very powerful. You just got to play it a very unique way. Look at that. 3 kills right there. How did we do? Top of the team, saving the day right there, helping out the team. Taking both destroyers out to cruiser and helping out kill a battleship. Very, very freaking powerful, okay? So don't write this thing off. So let's take a look at Unbreakable Line and see how this plays out. Okay, so this is Unbreakable Line here, and let's take a look. We're going up as a Holland and just as a kind of standard setup. So nothing too crazy out there. No, besides the Colombo, they're overpowered. But let's take a look at how this plays in Unbreakable Line. So what do I give this ship? Would I recommend it? I say yes and no, depends, because it's kind of a situational ship. It's very quick, very nimble, smoke, engine boost, that's great. The burst fire gimmick is kind of interesting. It's just a different play style. This thing can get outgunned. It's not going to out DPM a lot of other ships out there. It can deal a lot of pain and punishment, but you still can get gunned down, and it's a fairly large ship. I mean, you look at the size of this thing; it's almost like a light cruiser. So you got to use that and play that into account. But I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. It's an interesting. Notice the past games I've been playing in the videos here. I haven't really gotten above 100,000 damage. Yeah, I'll get a lucky torpedo here and there. I'm not really getting that many torpedo hits. I'm definitely dealing a lot of damage to destroyers. I feel like this thing is a destroyer bully, but it's just there to kind of take a lot of damage off, or vice versa, finish the kill. But it's not really dealing all that great amount of kills and high damage, high DPM games. It's just there, and it's annoying. So I don't know. I see people say they play this in competitive. I haven't seen it really when I play competitive. Randoms, I feel like I'm the only one that's picked it. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a ship many people pick or choose. I'm just trying it out. So someone said it was pretty powerful, and I have to agree, it is powerful. Look at this burst fire gimmick. The burst fire gimmick, I mean, you're putting out like 7,000 damage every 17 seconds. So not bad, but you can do that in an Elbing, okay? I mean, would I pick an Elbing over this? Absolutely. I'd pick an Elbing over this all day. So again, I think it's just, if there is a flavor of player out there that likes this kind of playstyle, absolutely. I think it's a very, very powerful ship. You like the Spanish line? I just don't see many people playing it. It doesn't have any kind of other, I guess you could say, utilities outside of the burst fire and the smoke, and that's pretty much it. But I digress. It's still fun, though. It's an interesting ship. I'll have to give it to you. But again, I don't see many people playing it out there, and I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because people want the overpowered systems and capabilities. Maybe if they made the burst fire like the Johnston, like, instead of this 17-second reload, make the burst fire reload after 8 seconds, like half that time. Maybe, okay, I'll give it that. To get people to play it more. It'd be really powerful, though. I mean, if you were launching 7,000 damage shots every 8 to 9 seconds. It's kind of borderline like Johnston, and we all know how the Johnston is and how that played out. But you can get it in the new line, whatever it's coming out, I forgot what it's called. But anyways, it's still powerful. I'm telling you, it's a unique playstyle. So if you like the Spanish destroyers, and again, there's only one line of it, so we'll see. I'm waiting for the American destroyers to see how that's going to come out. It's going to be interesting there. Des Moines State's taken down by Des Moines. Let's see if we can help out our Colombo. I think Colombo versus Des Moines at this rate. No way. He's not going to survive this. I'll give him this one. I'll back up and just to kind of show my ass here and see if I can take him. I could blast him right now. I need all 4 guns to come online, though. Let's see. Right. Shoot. There. Aw, Colombo gets him. I think I would have helped him out there, too. Anyways, all right, where are we doing? We're capping center point. So this is still a great destroyer to cap. It's doing its destroyer things. It caps, concealment's not bad. 6.2, it's average. You get out detected by a majority of things out there, though, so it doesn't matter. But whatever. All right, we got Hataki. The acceleration on this thing is okay. It's not as good as I would like it to be. It's like a big honking light cruiser. You need to have the engine boost going to really accelerate and move backwards. So pretty bad in that regard. It's still a fairly large ship. That's the only downside. Not nimble, not maneuverable as you would think it'd be. It's just too freaking large. Dang, somebody's firing at me. Oregon would rather fire at me? Jeez. Pop the smoke here, and there it is. This is the gimmick here. Just like, hey, pop smoke, go undetected for 90 plus seconds, and we'll just fire HE spam from smoke. And that's pretty much the gameplay. We'll just use the back 2 turrets here and fire a couple shells into Oregon. And the front turrets come online. We'll fire another couple shots into the Oregon superstructure right there. Look at that. Very accurate guns. Not bad. And we start a fire. Very good. See, again, this thing starts a lot of fires. I think this is the build we have with the flag. This is a 10% fire chance with flags. And of course, we got the shorter range build on this one because it's unbreakable. You don't need to go long range. And I noticed if you go shorter range, the dispersion is way, way better. 99 meters dispersion right here, as you can see. If you built with a long gun range, as I did in the other previous video or the video before, you get out to only about 116 dispersion. But do you really notice the difference? I mean, I really didn't notice. It's still starting a lot of fires, still having fun. All right, here we go. Des Moines coming around the island here. We got to be careful. Let's see if we can launch some torpedoes. See, I noticed I survive a lot of these shots from destroyers and cruisers. I don't know if the armor is naturally the same 19mm armor plating. Nothing special or gimmicky about it. It just seems like this thing can survive a lot of hits. All right, Vyazma goes down. Oh, I was about to blast him there, too. Sometimes, hey, look, that's the downside. We miss our shots and somebody's already dead. We got to wait. That's 17 seconds to get our guns back online. All right, here we go. Holland. Oh, dang, he's getting blasted. All right, some of the other guys will kill him before me. All right. Again, you can see how slow it takes to start and stop this thing. It's really huge, so to speak. Dang, I cannot get these turrets to fire on the back. One shell out. They're still firing at me. Isn't that incredible? All right, Des Moines goes down. Schlieffen's coming back online. We are still alive. Again, this HP pool, having this amount of heavy HP really helps out a lot. I'm just throttle juking back and forth. All right, here we go. Burst fire into the Schlieffen right there, and we take about 3,000-ish? 3,000 to 4,000 health off him. Not the greatest shot. We need better hits there. See if we can start another fire on him. Shooting right at the side where his secondary guns are, and not the greatest either right there. We'll pop smoke and go undetected again. This is kind of the gimmick. Look at those torpedoes. Those looks really good, don't they? I don't think he's going to survive for them to hit. It's all right. Ooh, somebody's coming. Oh, I fired right when the Columbo's driving by. Don't hit my Columbo. All right. Not bad. Look at all that damage. Launch a torpedo right in the organ right there. I think this game is pretty much over. I mean, I've already sat in the cap for so long. I'm pretty much going to win this for us. All right, see if we can blast him into oblivion. He goes down. Very nice. 42,000 damage. Again, not the highest DPM games. I'm telling you, this DPM is just not there. All right, let's see who's coming around. Palmer? I would have switched to AP, but I was like, I don't want to do that. I'd rather just take the shot. That 18 hits. Not bad. 18 hits. About 6,000 to 7,000 damage. Ooh, this would be a nice shot for a destroyer kill right here. The burst fire. No, he's going to die.
Problem solved, sir.
I took Fearless Brawler in one of my other builds, and I really don't see a difference. It took about 1 to 2 seconds off the reload, but with the burst fire, I don't think you really care about the Fearless Brawler. You just get your burst fire back quicker. It didn't really make a difference. It's probably better to use the Fearless Brawler for maybe open water gunboating or use it for something else. I'd rather just pick the closest range and use the points for maybe more HP, and that's about it. I mean, I can't see using it for anything else. And yeah, this game is pretty much over. So we sat in the cap and held it the whole time. So very good capper. It can sit there. It can hold its own. It's got a lot of HP, and pretty much the game is over. So what do you guys think? What do you think of the Bazán? Do you think should be written off? Should it be a good destroyer and competitive and ranked and randoms? Or what do you guys do? What do you think? Would you rather play it? Look, start a lot of fires again on the cruiser. So anyways, the build will be at the end of the video. I've got 2 builds with 2 types of commanders, one for a long range and one's for a short range gun build. So check those out. Let me know. Smash those buttons at the bottom there. And as always, we thank you for stopping by. And thanks for supporting the channel. And as we get bigger, appreciate all the support. At 4,000 subs, we're going to do another premium giveaway. So there it is. Like I said, low on the team. We didn't do much damage at all. Very, very low DPM. But again, it's still fun. It's enjoyable. But you guys stay safe. You see me out there, make sure you say hello and take care. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.